Just a heads up, this isn't Grapevine's main channel. Its main channel is on screen right now. If you just want Grapevine videos, go subscribe to that one. Enjoy the video. I'm finally back. Where was I, you might be asking? Well, I was in Europe. Netherlands to be specific. But while I was there, I stopped at Duinrell, a theme park, and wanted to share its history with you. Let's get started then, shall we? The person that started the park was Philip van Zeulen van Nijvelt, born in 1898 and was a chamberlain to Queen Wilhelmina when he opened Duinrell to the public on April 19, 1935. This park included a tea garden in the orangery and the sheepfold becoming a restaurant. Then a year later opened the biannual motocross in Duinrell as the first Dutch cross competition. Then, in 1939, a ski slope was built on pine needles found on the property. Then, after many changes in material, such as a change to plastic instead of pine, ski slopes were destroyed in 2005. During the war, Philip lived in the castle built on the property in 1682 with his wife and son Hugo. On May 12, 1940, he was killed by passer-by Dutch soldiers who viewed him as suspicious. This may have something to do with only 2 days prior Germany started their invasion of the Netherlands. Other than that, I have no real clue why, but if you do, post it in the comments and I will pin it. After the war, Duinrell was reopened on a smaller scale, and to add to this, Van Zeulens also created overnight accommodations with a small team of employees. Hugo worked internationally, but in his spare time helped develop Duinrell. Philip's wife continued to live at Duinrell and breed Cairn Terriers. However, she no longer lived in the castle. They stayed in during the war, opting to live with her family in Oud Duinrell Farm, which dates from the 1600s. The start of the park. In 1962, the aforementioned wife wanted to sell Duinrell to the Hague real estate dealer Reinders Walsman. Hugo reluctantly helped his mother negotiate, but in the end the sale did not go through as Hugo decided to quit his job and become Duinrell's director. In 1984, the park started to get towards its true potential, starting out with the construction of the Tiki Bud placed near the already existing open-air pool. The same year the toboggan run was opened and the Kicherbahn, or frog roller coaster, was opened. The castle was destroyed a year later, but the turret was preserved and turned into the horse stable. In the middle of these events, 1978, Duinrell created a mascot, who was named Rick the Frog, who would appear in most of their marketing and rides from that point onwards, and was shown as living in the castle area of the park. Then in 1989, the aqua swing was open, and you can see the picture on the screen. In 1990, the aqua chute was opened. 2 years later, the splash was opened, in which you ride a boat, then it slides down from a great height. In 1994, the Tiki Pool started adding extensions, such as the first tube slides in the Tiki Pool and a lazy river. The slides at the time were called Family Slide and Super Slide, which were later renamed to Blue Hawaii, or Blue Shark, and Green Barracuda. In 1996, the attraction Water Spin was opened next to Splash. In 1997, the mascot was given its name, Rick, after the popular children's program of the same name, with a new design by Edwin D. Verd. In 2000, Hugo sold the park to his sons, who then opened Mad Mill a year later. The next year, the Batfly would open, being Duinrell's first and last hanging roller coaster, because the ride was dismantled as the bat-shaped carts would go too fast and or slow, causing the carts to never be able to reach the station. Then they opened Ship Ahoy in 2004. 3 years later, Duinrell applied to create Rick's Delight roller coaster, which was rejected. Soon after this event, a blade of the Mad Mill fell onto the ground, however resulting in no injuries. However, in 2009, a British couple suffered injuries in the toboggan run after the husband crashed into the wife, and now, at the start of the run, the snow notes 25 metres apart in English. The same year, Rick's Delight was built, but under a new name of Falcon. The Falcon has an interesting record as it has the steepest roller coaster drop in the Netherlands, reaching a 97-degree angle downwards. Following it up in 2012, the Dragonfly opened. The ride is a middle ground between the very kiddie Kichterbaan and the very scary Falcon. And then finally, in 2016, Duinrell built a skyfly attraction called Wild Wings. You can control each wing with your hand, and using it you can roll if you have enough skill. And that does end our trip through Duinrell's history. But Wikipedia tells me later this year they will open a new attraction based on Amsterdam. So, yeah. However, you didn't hear it from me, you heard it on the grapevine.